Hello everybody, how are you doing? I hope you're doing good. I have been missing from this platform for a little bit, and it's a bit weird talking to the camera right now because I haven't spoken to a camera in months. And you might be wondering, but you just announced the Climathon last Sunday? Yes, I did, but I pre-filmed that video in October and pre-edited it and scheduled it so it would go out regardless of what was going on with me, because I had no idea how the end of the year would look like for me. Because, long story short, I had a bit of a health crisis. So it all started already in July, so many months ago, when I suddenly out of nowhere had a very sharp pain in my belly, and I had so much nausea and belly pain. I just felt very, very sick for a long time. And I even went to the emergency here on Pico, like the healthcare center, and I went to the emergency room of the hospital of Fayala Island, the neighboring island. But unfortunately, they just, didn't do the necessary exams and stuff like that, and just sent me home with painkillers, basically. I'm not gonna talk more about this because otherwise this is gonna be a rant, even though I know, of course, we should be grateful that we have any healthcare at all, but let's just not talk about it. Lucky for me, it got a bit better in the following weeks. And then in October, we went to the mainland because of a health issue from my partner. I'm telling you, this year has been rough. And in the last week of us being there, my problems returned. And the day that we came back to the island, I made the choice, no, I'm going back to Germany. I am so grateful that I never dropped out of the German system completely because of situations like this. I am so grateful for it. And I took the next flight. And the day before I left, I filmed that Climathon video, the Climathon announcement, because that was just really, really important to me that would be out. But yeah, I went to Germany with an open ending, without a return ticket. I had no idea what was going on, and in the following weeks, my health did this. It really went downhill. I felt like I was slowly dying, literally. I felt really bad. There were days where I could barely get up, and I had no idea what was going on, and I feared for the worst because I have a very dystopian brain up there. So I already had all the horror worst case scenarios perfectly pictured in my mind. Luckily, it was none of that. After about a month of exams and doctor's appointments, we finally knew what was going on because I had 3 things at the same time. Lucky for me, 2 of those 3 things were very quickly and easily resolved. The third thing, however, was the last thing that got diagnosed, and that is a hernia. Apparently, during renovations, I ripped my belly, or just put too much pressure on it or something like that. In any case, I will need to have surgery in early 2024. So yes, I'm going to disappear from YouTube again for between 2 or 3 months, probably in early 2024. And I will have to go back to Germany for that time. I do feel a lot better now because the other 2 issues at least got resolved, and I'm very grateful for that. And I'm so glad I made it back home. As you can see, I'm back on the island. This is what my partner did while I wasn't home. So cozy, I love it. And yeah, I'm so grateful I'm home for Christmas, because it wasn't clear up until a couple of days before I was actually flying, because I needed the green light of my surgeon that he told me that I could fly. And he said it's luckily not a problem, and he just gave me a list of things that I'm not allowed to do until my surgery. I'm not allowed to lift any heavy weights, I'm not allowed to do any sort of sport, I'm not this, that, and he was great. The surgeon is amazing, I already know. I hope he hasn't operated me yet. But, he seemed very competent, and he was super considerate, and he literally gave me a list of all the things I need to be careful about, all the things I need to look out for, and what to do if something else happens. If suddenly I have another sharp pain or something, what I need to do. So there is that. I am so happy I'm back home. I know I will not be able to relax just yet because I have 1,000 things to do. One of which is making my yearly cookie madness. I spent all day yesterday in the kitchen already baking, and today is day 2. So let's go. So I learned over the last couple of weeks, 2 months, really to prioritize my own health. This is something that has been a long time coming. I've been thinking a lot about my health, about nutrition, about movement, about all of these things for months already, like since the renovation started. But during the renovations, I just had no capacity for anything. Not up here and not physically, time-wise, energy-wise, I had no capacity for nothing. Some of you might remember that in the summer months I went swimming a lot, and I've also started to slowly adjust my nutrition. For me personally, a very radical, immediate change of nutrition isn't possible due to a variety of reasons, but I have started to do the first steps in a better direction. And I have started doing yoga 4 times a week, or like stretching yoga, whatever. I don't give it a name. I do it at home. I don't have like a coach or anything. But like I've already been saying, like I want 2024 to be my year of health, focusing on my own health, both fitness, nutrition, and just mental health as well. I don't want to restrict myself. I don't want to go into any extremes, but I do want to focus more on me and what makes me feel good and what serves future me. I know I've also been through some stuff while I was in Germany with my family, because unfortunately I do have a lot of elderly family members, and obviously age, illness, sickness is a thing, and again my partner has health problems as well, and all of these things really just deeply show me that I need to serve myself better. I need to show up for myself. I need to be the best version of myself, for my future self, so that in some years, some decades, I know I haven't caused any harm to myself just because I didn't feel like it or because I was tired. And again, it's not gonna be a radical change. It's not gonna be immediate. It's not gonna, like, I'm not gonna become a fitness guru in the next 2 weeks. That's absolutely not gonna happen. But it is just a lesson I learned over the last few months, that self-care does not only mean, you know, resting and reading good books and, you know, buying that thing you've been eyeing, but it also means, you know, stretching, doing yoga, going on walks, doing stuff for your mental health, even when it's hard, and also setting boundaries. That's another thing I've really learned in the last 2 months. Because when I first arrived to Germany and I felt so bad, I was still pushing myself. I was like, oh my God, I need to see all of my friends. I need to see like family. I need to, you know, I need to make everything a priority except for myself. Even though I flew to Germany because of my health, because I was feeling so terrible. And the first doctor that I saw, my family doctor, she told me like, oh, like, do you need like a, how do you say in English? Like, that I wouldn't have to work, but because I'm a freelancer, it's kind of pointless. But she was like, because you need to rest, like you need to really take care of your health. And I still didn't listen. I still went out and I still saw friends. And while that was all nice and fun, it made my health so much worse. And then eventually I really had to like hit the brakes and stop, because I just kept on feeling horrible. Also, I love how I'm talking about like health while I'm baking cookies. But hey, this is actually definitely mental health, because this is a tradition that I've started 2 years ago during the pandemic. No, sorry, 3 years ago. During the pandemic in 2020, during Christmas time, I was missing the German Christmas spirit because it just doesn't exist here. So I went ahead and made 1,000,001 cookies and gifted them to everybody that I knew. And I've done it every year since, and I love it. It makes me very happy to take out these 2 days and just really go crazy in the kitchen and bake 1,000,000,000 cookies. You will see later how many cookies I made. And it's just so much fun. That is like purely mental health. And again, most of these cookies will not stay because I'm gifting them. They're Christmas gifts for anybody and everybody. Kind of. So it's not like I'm going to eat all of this, because that would be unhealthy. So to all of you out there who are currently in a lot of holiday stress, because I know you are, because everybody is this time of the year, because it's not only Christmas, there are also other holidays. And I know it can be very stressful for a lot of people, especially people that are going through a process of healing or trying to focus on themselves. This time of year can be really hard. And I just hope that you take some time for yourself if you can, and that you don't forget that boundaries are actually really good for you and for the relationships in your life, even though it might be hard to set them at first. And I totally get that setting boundaries for me has also always been very difficult, but wow, trying to use it the wrong way. I'm like, why is nothing coming off? So yeah, just try to do something good for yourself and realize that setting boundaries is a part of self-care, and it is a part of health. To say, no, you cannot treat me like this, or no, I don't have time for you, or no, we are not constantly making adjustments for you, and I always have to, bend so your problems and your things are adjusted to and mine never are. So I hope you guys can take that with you. And now, while I bake, I am leaving you with some impressions from Germany, because especially the last 2 weeks when I finally felt a bit better were really nice, and we also had record-breaking snow while I was there. So enjoy, I'm gonna be baking.
Information zum S-Bahn-Verkehr. Wegen Reparatur in der Stammstrecke im Bereich Isartor endet die S7 Richtung Wolfratshausen in Giesing und beginnt wieder am Hauptbahnhof Gleis 27 bis 36. Zwischen Giesing und Hauptbahnhof benutzen Sie die U2 Richtung Feldmoching.
You need to. Photo of me? No, I'm making a video that you can insert into your next vlog.
I'm putting a pickle in my
Yes. Or that you can put on your Tinder.
I don't know if biting is the right one. That's so good.
Ta-da!
Are you helping me with baking? Yeah? Are you my baking buddy? Yeah, then come here. You can chill with me, hang out with me while I bake. You already had food, so don't pretend like you're still What are you doing? If you jump, my love, I'm kicking you out. Yeah, I know the house is a mess. Don't ask questions. What are you doing? Goodbye. I need to get going on the cookies, otherwise, Selena! This year's cookie madness is complete. We have mandorle with lemon. We have cinnamon stars, cinnamon pretzels, which I'm obsessed with. I tried them for the first time this year. We have oat chocolate cookies. Then we have cat cookies with lemon, chocolate, and raspberry flavor. They look amazing. We have vanilla moons, and this is gingerbread. I made this for the first time this year. There are some leftovers over there. We're not looking at those. And here we have cookies with hazelnut and homemade fig jam. And here we have your standard cookies with chocolate. 2 days of baking have been completed. I'm super proud of the work that I've done. I wish I could now go to the sofa and rest, but unfortunately I have work to do in my job. So that's what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna go work. But I'm super proud of this, and honestly, when I started out this time around, I was not in the mood for it. I was not in the mood for the amount of work. I was not in a Christmas spirit. I was none of these things. Probably because I was still stressed and because I'm very burnt out from this entire year and everything. And also, obviously, I'm still not 100% healthy. I'm still recovering, and I will, you know, as I mentioned, have surgery and stuff like that. So I was not in the mood, but yesterday when I was baking most of these cookies, I listened to Christmas music all day, and I listened to a Christmassy little audiobook. Today I listened to a non-fiction about the feeling of bittersweet, which is actually a very good book. I'm enjoying that one. And now I'm in very high spirits right now. I feel very good, and that happens every single time I do this. And I think it is because I'm creating a tradition here that is for me, in a sense, in the way that I'm like getting that childhood self back that loved baking cookies during Christmas time, while at the same time also doing something for the community. I know that most of this will disappear. Like, there will be barely anything left for us to eat because everything's gonna go to other people and it's gonna put a smile on their face. Or at least I hope so. Let me know if I'm the only one who has this absolute irrational fear that people just tell me that my food is good to be polite, and in reality they hate it, and like they bring it home, they're like, oh god, not again. Let me know down in the comments below if I'm the only one who has anxiety like that in her brain. But I actually think my cookies are good, because I would call myself a decent baker, and I feel like I'm getting better every year that I'm doing this. Of course, I'm sure I can improve in some ways. But yeah, I'm just so excited. I'm especially in love with the cat cookies that I made. And the pretzels. I love those as well. I haven't even tasted all of them yet because I think I would throw up if I would do that. But yeah, oh, there's an ant. No, welcome to the Azores, where you just cannot escape creepy crawlers. When I did it the first year, I made a sign for our front door saying that the Cookie Monster is in town. And that's what I'm doing. I should probably get like a t-shirt with a Cookie Monster on top, or like an apron with the Cookie Monster or something. I'm already dressed in blue, so that's kind of fitting, I guess. But that's how it feels like. It feels very cozy, it feels very nice, and I really love doing this, even though it's exhausting. And I'm super excited tomorrow to pack everything up and then start delivering it to people. Also, let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite Christmas tradition that either you still have from your childhood or that you've created as an adult. I think it is so important that we create traditions for ourselves and our own families, or just for us really. Like, I'm doing this on my own, right? This is not a thing that I've done with my partner, or I want to do with my partner. I want to do this alone because it is my tradition for Christmas. So wherever I go and whatever happens, this is something that I do. If I am capable to do it, this is something that I do and that I love doing, and that defines this season of life. And for me, this is also a very nice ending to the year, giving sweet little homemade things to people that, you know, have defined my year a little bit. And yeah, I really like it. So please let me know down in the comments below what traditions you do. I'm off to work now. Oh my god, that was the German thing, wasn't it? Like that. So anyway, I'm off to work now. And if you are celebrating Christmas, I wish you Merry Christmas. If you're celebrating any other kind of holiday, I wish you happy holidays. And if you don't celebrate anything at all, I just hope you have maybe a few days off and you just enjoy the last couple of days at the end of this year. And I wish you all a good time. See you next time. Bye.